So you want to get better at writing melodies. Maybe you have trouble finding ideas for melodies, or you don't like the way the ideas you write come out. Well, I'm here to help. Check out this simple exercise that can supercharge your melody writing abilities. The exercise goes like this. You create a simple chord progression, set a timer for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and try to write as many melodies as possible for that chord progression. Simple. The rest of this video is going to be me doing this exercise and demonstrating how it could work, hopefully to get you inspired to try it yourself. Let's do it. Okay, so I've put together a little chord progression. I've also added bass and drums just to make it a little more fun to improvise melodies over. Let's listen to the chord progression. I made a chord progression in C major to make things easy for me. I could play in melodies in the keyboard, but what I will actually start with is sketching ideas with my voice. The reason for that being that I feel the ideas flow more naturally for me when I'm singing than when I'm playing on the keyboard, or even when I'm playing on an instrument that I'm more proficient at, like a saxophone or flute. The ideas are sometimes constricted by what I have in my fingers, so I would go to something that it would be easy for me technically rather than what I would have sung had I not had any of these limitations. So I have here a track for tracking vocals and another track with a vibraphone sound here, which I felt would fit with this little accompaniment that I put together. Okay, so without further ado, let's try to make as many melodies as possible in just 5 minutes. And we're starting that right now. Let's listen to the tonality a minute. All right, I'll give myself some reverb so I feel more inspired. Maybe something slower. Okay, weird jump at the end there. Now let's do some vibraphone takes. Okay. Maybe I'll pull up this so you can see what I'm doing. One last one. So the next step is to listen to the ideas I created and see if I can fix them up a bit. I won't fix them up in this video, but I will listen to them and try to see if I can learn something from the process. Okay, so yeah, there was an issue here. I sang this, C and then B, but the chord is G sus4, which has the C instead of the B. So my landing on that B was kind of clashing with the harmony there. That would be something I'd have to fix up or change. But other than that, I think the melody is pretty solid, usable. Let's go to the next one. Okay, that was very in the harmony. Yeah, it's fine, if I may say so myself. Okay, number 3 here. Yeah, I somehow get stuck here with this sus chord. There is something kind of lopsided with the way I wrote this progression in terms of the rhythm. Theoretically, this G suspended would have fit better here on the beginning of the next bar than in the middle of a bar, because we have the suspended and then it resolves to the regular G dominant chord. And here would be theoretically the ending chord if I didn't add this little cadence. Sorry about the music theory terms. I'll try not to delve too much into that in this video. So theoretically, this C would have come here, and that came out in the middle of a bar. I think that in itself could work in many situations. I wrote it because it felt interesting to me, but we can see here that writing a melody is tougher when I do that. So that's something I learned from this exercise. Let's go to number 4. Okay, I feel like I was sort of playing it safe a bit here because of the harmony changes and everything. If you are not used to writing melodies, I would strongly advise you to create a simple chord progression, not like what I did. That being said, I think this works. Let's go for the last vocal take. Okay, that jump at the end I would probably wouldn't keep. I usually don't like making such huge jumps for the ending, but you know, no rules. Again, I had the most trouble on this part. Let's go on to the vibraphone, first version. Okay, so right off the bat, I can say 2 things. One is this. I probably wouldn't have sung da, 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 because it's landing on the A. And the harmony really wouldn't have taken me to A here, where the harmony is an inversion of C. So I probably wouldn't have done that. The second thing I see here is that I actually had an easier time playing in the keyboard because I could use the knowledge in music theory. On the keyboard, I can easily see where I am, what I'm playing, and I know how to put that together with the harmony that I know that is playing at the same time. So that actually helps me playing tunes that fit very well into the harmony. Now, that being said, had this gone a little faster, I probably would not have been able to do it because of my poor keyboard skills. So it goes both ways. Should I go a little faster now? Yeah, as usual, this is tricky to make this work. I've already explained that about the harmony. Let's go on. Yeah, I like this one. It has a lot of nice moments. The beginning especially. There's something very lyrical, yeah, it's nice. And the last one. Very nice. 5 minutes of myself. Way to go. So one thing that's pretty clear here is that the last melody is much better than the first melody. That's the idea of exercising. You get better at stuff, even within 5 minutes. Other than that, there is the difference between playing in stuff or singing in stuff. Obviously, anything goes. I would warmly recommend to try both. Even if you're just used to playing and you're really unused to using your voice, it is a very powerful instrument, pun intended. So I hope I've got you inspired to try this yourself. It doesn't take a lot of time. You can take a chord progression from one of your favorite songs. You don't even have to make that up. And then just 5 or 10 minutes and you're on. Well, that's it for today. I hope you learned something. You found this inspiring. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. Until next time, goodbye.